Hello and welcome back to my channel, Preparing for Retirement. My name is Martha, and this channel is all about what we are doing to prepare for my retirement, which is coming in 3 months. And after I retire, we do plan on slow traveling the world. So right now we are in the middle of a test trip to several different countries. It's extended time there, and I'm actually working while I'm gone. So there will be more videos coming up on Thailand after this one. But today I wanted to talk about your grocery shopping options in Thailand. So, when you're back in the United States, you're very used to your old familiar stores, your Walmarts, your Costco. Maybe you go to Sam's Club, Kroger, Shop and Save, Market Basket. We have tons of options when it comes to grocery shopping. And so I wondered, how am I going to be able to get my fresh produce and, all the little things that I want, cleaning supplies, whatnot, in Thailand? So we have actually been at this point in 2 cities. We've spent most of our time in Chiang Mai, which is in the north, and then we also spent about a week down in Hua Hin, which is a beach town. And I'm pleased to report that they have fantastic options for you to buy your food, and they actually have many options. They have the big chains like Lotus's. Is one of them. Tops is another. Big C is another. I'm sure I'm not listing some of them. I've seen some uh, sort of like Whole Foods types options, like Rimble, I think is the name of it. In one of the luxury malls here in Thailand, they have it in the basement of the mall, so it's very handy. But I wanted to get you a glimpse here of a Lotus store and just what it is. So we're going inside the Lotus, which is like a Walmart. And we got Mr. Donut. We've got a herb shop there. Okay, so you got electronics here. We'll have to look. Television. Yeah. Premium meats, bakery shop. Got a bakery shop back there. Got refrigerator, air conditioner, TVs. Okay, $30.
That's freaking awesome. Look at the size of this little baby. I don't know, but that backpack's handy. That's almost too small though. I don't know. The backpack's cheap in here too. That one we got is nice.
So as you can see, we're walking through the aisles of the Lotus, and it is literally like a super Walmart. They had everything. They had Pringles. I've seen Pringles in every single option except maybe the local markets. Here in Thailand, it's their this is their ramen aisle, and it's extensive, as one would imagine. The noodles are everywhere. But they have Italian pasta. They've got everything that you would want that you could buy here. A 3-pack of the big bottles for $1.58. So that's like $4 for 3 of them.
And it's like one of the big ones is like
80. One of the big ones is 80, so 3 of them for $1.58. So here we are in a different wine section. There were wines over by the beer, and then there was this other section, and it was all roped off, so we couldn't quite figure that out until Lou noticed that they were all imported. So they were a lot more expensive over in this section. So I guess that you probably had to get someone to let you in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Royal Project vegetable, organic vegetables. Okay, these are definitely more than the street vendors. Does not look delicious?
Not really. I'm not a fan. What is it?
Dragon fruit,
Oh,
orange
look at
juice,
that. More than that. Mango.
and looks like they weigh it for you. Okay, so potatoes. That's 50. I'm thinking that's probably 50 baht for a kilogram, which is pretty good, I guess. And here's the salad bar.
A lot of Western vendors.
Nice salad bar. Yeah. Okay, so 65 baht for 10 eggs. And this is a tray of 30 for 160. So pretty good. All kinds of. That's not bad. That's 115 right there for that meal. $129 for the chicken. That's about
Or something, I think. Thought I looked at it.
$3 and something. Is it $4? You can get your coffee here.
Oh, $3.93. Yeah, you're right. You said.
Yeah.
So you can see that they have these large grocery stores that we have in the United States, certainly in the larger cities at least. They also have the smaller, like organic or specialty type stores. And here is a Tops Green store. And we saw the same thing here as you would find in a Whole Foods or a Lucky's or a just your organic line of whatever grocery store you have. Sometimes they'll have a separate store, and that's what we saw here. Most
Okay,
of it was
Carson, you coming with
organic,
Grammy?
but there was
You want
definitely
to
a
get a
difference in
basket for
pricing,
Grammy?
and some of the items that you get in
We
the
get some
regular grocery
snacks?
stores
Okay.
were here for
All
a
right, you let
much
Grammy put it in
higher
the
price.
basket, okay?
So they definitely had a market they were targeting with these stores.
What have we got? Harvest snaps free. $1 for harvest snaps.
Bugs and things that get into
Yum.
plants and seeds. And if they allow it imported, then it gets.
So you can see here that they really have a lot of the snacks that we would find in the United States in our health food stores. The produce looked really good. It looked really fresh. Quite a bit of it probably was imported, I would have to guess, just looking at the apples.
What do you want to get? We don't have a knife to cut the watermelon. We don't have a knife to cut the watermelon. How about we look for some that's already been cut up? Let's look. Okay? Can you help Grammy look? You see pineapple. I see sausages.
So here we have the milk, and I can see right now that that is 2 times as expensive as what they charge at the 7-Eleven, for example.
Ooh, crispy chicken skin, Mommy. That was good. Should we get a grilled chicken flavor? And then, yes. Oh, no, 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 no. That's something you can already get.
Put it back.
Oh,
Put it back.
Grammy needs some saltine crackers or something. That's not exactly cheap, but
Stop grabbing the.
no, no. Grammy's not paying for M&Ms. How about let's see what else we can get.
We're not getting that. Get that back.
Carson, look what I found. It's better. Look. Do you want to pick one of these? We got cocoa and milk, vanilla. Ooh, chocolate. We've got chocolate ones. Look, right here.
Ooh, there's peanut butter ones.
Or maybe some, let's see, we got Tim Tams. We've got, you want some cookies?
No, chocolate crackers.
That's a chocolate cookie.
A chocolate cookie.
That's okay.
All right, you can get that, okay? Put that in there. All right. Would you rather have those than these? Look at the Pockies. Look, Carson, look. Would you rather have those than this?
Where's those?
It's a
You had
Pocky.
those in Australia before. They have them in Australia.
Oh, well, you can only pick one, okay?
No, I'll leave those. You can get those back home.
So now that we had the M&Ms issue settled, I took a look at the frozen food section. I was impressed that they had, plant-based um, meat substitutes. They had all kinds of options in the frozen section from the Western stores. And then I couldn't believe it when I saw that they had Fisherman's Friend lozenges. I was like, wow, they really have everything here. Um, so, like I said, these stores exist. If you want something, you're going to be able to find it here. I didn't look for maple syrup, but I bet they had it.
Okay.
So as I kept walking down the aisles, I just, was so surprised at everything. They had peanut butter, Nutella, all the different nut butters actually, Biscoff, jams. They had Smucker's jams, they had marmalades, they had everything, oat milk, soy milk, anything you would want. The Coca-Cola products I've learned here are much cheaper than in the United States. Um, Although, interestingly, when I asked the other day for a Diet Coke, and it was my first in years, the woman handed me a Coke Zero and said, no sugar, same thing. There was no arguing with her. But, it was, like I said, it was the first one I'd had in years. I probably won't have another one for years to come, so it didn't matter. But they've even got, whole wheat pasta and really good tomato sauces, spaghetti sauces. So, all the condiments. I saw Louisiana hot sauce. I saw Frank's Red Hot. So, literally anything you want. And like in the Lotus, that's like a super Walmart, they also have all of your house products there. They had a bakery section, they had gelato, they had um, a coffee section where you could purchase a coffee to drink as you walked around the store. And then they also had a section there where they were preparing meals freshly made for you to either eat there or to purchase and take home. So, along with those grocery stores, of course, in Asia you hear about the 7-Elevens. And they not only have 7-Elevens, but they have various other convenience stores that are just smaller versions of the regular supermarkets. This one here is a Tops Daily, which is a smaller version of the Tops supermarket. And then later on, I'll show a grocery haul that we got from Lotus Fresh, which is their convenience option.
See, we've got some cow's milk down there.
It's a little more than $1.50, right?
53? Yeah. About $1.50. Okay, water for the room. Okay, we got 15 baht. So these ones on the side, are only 50 cents. These are huge.
This is a big one.
50 cents. Okay, so I don't see any other milk anywhere.
Cream.
No, no one's gonna have cream, from what I understand. Okay, so they got some frozen stuff. Who's pricing out a 6-pack? Is that a 6-pack or a 3-pack?
That's a 6, but they're smaller.
217
Compared
is
to 50 in the good ones.
about $6.
$6 for that.
Yeah, I think you're better off to get.
The big ones are 50 cents.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Here's your eggs, right here.
Are they cooked?
No, they're raw.
But we don't have a microwave.
Nope.
That sausages are 59 a piece.
Oh, that's perfect then. Good luck. Guess I'm gonna do one of these. One of these little guys.
So the hotels give you a kettle for your room, and they give you like maybe one coffee packet per person
Everything
per
here.
day. But we need more than that.
Grilled salmon with salt. I'm getting one of these. Oh, it's a sushi for less than $1. It's a sushi.
Oh, try it out.
Grilled salmon with salt.
Yeah, sounds good.
Do you need, there's egg, and this is what they have in Japan. They have little dishes you can get
With egg and
for
rice.
like $1 or something.
Yeah.
And they're very good.
You know, I'll just need the meat. I have
Yeah.
plenty of carbs for now.
That's how it is in,
Yeah.
all right, I gotta get my milk. Milk. I've learned this is the whole milk right here. And wine is
Yeah, it's in the machine, the coffee. You want another
anywhere from $10 to $15 for 19 crimes.
So at this point, we've learned that, the wines are just a little bit more expensive, but beer can be very cheap if you're not buying imported. And Lou thinks the local beer is pretty good. So he's got his beer scale. If you go from country to country, what does the local beer cost? And then I look at the eggs. But, they had everything that you would want. They had, deodorants and, very similar to the
All
convenience store in the
kinds
United States.
of treats.
All kinds of stuff.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and order us 2 coffees? 2 iced coffees? Oh, you did? Okay. I want to try some of these at some point. Look at these here. You got sushi flavored onion rings, crab flavored. Nah, we shouldn't. That's fine. It's not smart when you get to be our age to be snacking all the time. All right. Sesame rolls, hot and spicy mala flavor. I bet that's good. Little rice crackers, salted egg. Those look really good. And candy. All the standards. Yep. Okay. Time to pay and go. I gotta go back to work.
So stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll be going over the grocery haul that I got from the Lotus Fresh convenience store. So lastly, we have the local markets that people can go to. You may find Westerners there. We've had a great time going to these local markets, but um, it's not always just food. Sometimes it's lots of ingredients, food to buy and then cook yourself. Sometimes it's cooked foods. Sometimes you find the, clothing stalls or shoes or supplies. This one is just outside of the city that we walked through for our cooking class, and a lot of the vendors were not yet there.
Okay, let you know first. Today we're gonna cook dishes. Okay, 4. We're gonna cook pasta.
Oh, look at the dragon fruit. Yummy. You ever had the yellow one? The yellow dragon fruit is amazing. Yeah, avocado.
Cucumber? Avocado, yeah.
Is it an avocado?
Yeah, it's avocado.
Yep.
Look like a cucumber or something, but avocado. But before this one, guys, in Thailand, for pad thai and soup as a papaya salad, we cook with this one. You guys know this one?
Tamarind.
Tamarind, good job. This is a fresh tamarind. Today we're gonna make a liquid from the fresh tamarind, and then we add to your pad thai today. But when you go back home, sometimes it's not easy to get the fresh one, right? You can just go like Asian supermarket and get a tamarind paste, or you can order from Amazon. Easy. Sometimes when I'm lazy, I just do the tamarind paste, but today we add the fresh one. It's gonna be sour tamarind. Pad thai. Without tamarind, it's not pad thai, okay?
What is that exactly?
It's a fruit. Yeah, inside look like a dark something chewy. It's pretty good, actually.
Kind of like a date. It looks like a date.
Yeah. Outside, walk around, look around, or even drink something. We have like coffee, a smoothie, 7-Eleven, just go straight.
So our instructor, whose name was Kim, he gave us some time to walk around the market. And of course, Bree and I beelined to the coffee because they had picked us up pretty early. And we had not really had time to get our coffee yet. So they had one stall that was ready, and a lot of us actually walked over to that stall to get some coffee and start our day out right. But even though there weren't all the vendors there really was a lot to choose from. And the one stall that he was standing in front of initially was like a little mini grocery store. It was pretty cool. But they had raw seafoods and meats and everything, and people from the neighborhoods could just come on over and get really good prices for their foods and not have to go into the larger grocery stores in the crowded areas if they didn't want to do so. And these markets were all over the city. In one of my other videos that I'll link here, I do give a little view of Wararat Market as well. And here it is. There are many markets like this all around Chiang Mai, and this one is in the old city. They also have stores for various other purposes. There are pharmacies everywhere, and here's Lou standing in front of a they called it a beauty store, but I mean, honestly, it was like, gosh, I don't know what you would call it. It was like a drugstore, but without the prescriptions. So all the lotions you would want, everything that you would want, hair dyes, beauty tools, shampoos, soaps, anything really you could find here. All of your sunscreens and makeup and razors and just anything you would want in a drugstore except for the prescriptions. There were no prescriptions here. Those are sold in the drugstore. And this was just in our neighborhood as well, in the old city. So it was very, very handy if you had to run in there and pick up something real quick and then back out again. So you really don't have to go into the larger mall areas where the big Western style supermarkets are. You can do just fine in your own neighborhood, which I thought was really cool.
Okay, so we just went down the street a little bit to the Lotus is Fresh, which is like a small version of the Lotus grocery store. It's kind of a cross between 7-Eleven and Lotus. It's the size of 7-Eleven, but it does have fresh items and some meat, as you can see with what I bought. So this whole thing came to 848 baht. I can get that. There we go. And that's going to be about $25 or so. So just to go over what we got, this is chicken tenderloin, boneless, skinless chicken breast cut up. And this amount, which is that's gotta be a good half pound or more than a half a pound, only costs $1. I think that's more than a half a pound, only $1. So I'm real pleased with those prices. This was, this is ground chicken, and it only came to, I think, a little over like $1.10. These are pork balls, frozen, that you can cook yourself, and this huge thing of ground pork shaped into balls, that came to $1.50. And then we've got some croissants. Lou did the impossible. Lou found some whipping cream. I don't know how he found it, but this little container here was like $3. But I am going to so enjoy that in my coffee. I'm so excited. We got another container of butter. This is very dear. This is $2.60, but we really wanted to cook our meat and our eggs in butter, not any of the seed oils. And the coconut oil they had was gigantic, so we didn't want to buy that. We got ourselves a little treat. I think that was about 30 baht, so a little bit less than $1. This is $1, the Mr. Potato, to take off on the Pringles sweet potato flakes. They had different ones. I thought it was a riot. It was 30 baht, 33 baht, so $1. Lou got his beer. This is, I don't know if you can tell by the size of my hand, this is equal to two bottle beers, the regular size. These are gigantic. So each of those, when you buy them alone, is normally 80 baht and more in a restaurant. So 80 baht is about 250 or so. And so he got 3 of these for 153 baht. So he basically got a 6-pack for, oh my gosh, all the math. A 6-pack for about $5 and some odd. So not too bad. He likes it. Okay, 10 eggs. That was 54 baht, I believe. So that's a pretty good price. That's $1 and probably about $1.60, $1.65. I found baby bok choy, and then also the yod pha that I used to grow, and this was 26 baht, so that's like 70 cents. And this one was somewhere around 60 or 70 cents, so I'll be cooking with that. The garlic, this big thing of garlic, was about 60 cents or so, about 20-something baht. And then last but certainly not least, we got, oh, not last but not least. Okay, these were about $1 a piece, these giant sumo oranges, but I really wanted some fresh fruit. I really wanted melon, but they didn't have any melon cut up. And after that, it was those glorious oranges that they've been buying, or that they've been juicing for us. I thought maybe it was Sumo. And then we have this giant thing of water. I think it's a liter bottle, or maybe 1.5 liters. Might be 1.5 liters. I can't tell, but 1.5 liters. And this thing was only 30 cents. So the host was wonderful and left us a ton of water, but I like my coffee in the morning, and Lou likes his coffee in the morning, so we thought we would use that for the coffee, seeing as how the smaller bottles he got were more for drinking size. So anyway, all of that plus the water came to about $25 out of what amounts to a convenience store. So you really can't beat that. I'm super pleased, and this will take care of our meals for possibly the rest of our stay here. So awesome, awesome, awesome. We wanted to give it a try, wanted to see what it was like, and it was fun shopping here. We had to use Google Translate a lot to try to figure out how things were being priced. And there honestly wasn't a price for this one, for the chicken breast at all. So we were kind of taking a chance, but we thought, we'll get a little bit, see how it goes. And 0.3, see, I think they're weighing kilograms. So 1 kilogram is 2.2, so that's 0.6 pounds. So that's probably about 8 to 10 ounces. I would say 10 ounces for a little over $1, like $1.10. I'm so pleased. So pleased with that. That's going to be delicious with some garlic and some salt and pepper. It's going to be wonderful. Little stir-fried vegetables. So anyway, that's my haul.
So I hope you enjoyed our video today on the various markets here in Chiang Mai and Hua Hin, where you can purchase your food. And there's a lot more Thai content coming up, not just the tours and sites, but also reviews of the places that we've stayed in. We had 3 different accommodations. So if you like this and you want to be notified, please do like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. We will be leaving Thailand soon and heading off to our next adventure. And I hope you can join us then as well. Until then, God bless and goodbye.